Today we have a reading for you about somebody who is returning to your life. I do think this is somebody who would have either ghosted you or started an argument and, kind of like sought an exit. But I feel like they've had other arguments or other issues. It's left them feeling kind of lonely, and something has made them think back on what it was like when they were close to you. So, because they are going through it, because they are feeling alone, they're trying to figure out a way to make an appearance in your life, something that would make you give them another chance. So, I feel like this is a bit of a warning. Hello, Grindheart. How you doing? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime sound. And I hope you're enjoying your day, your weekend. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. You can also find a link to my Etsy shop in the description box if you are interested in having one of my homemade soy candles. Let's dive in. I think what we're going to start with is we're going to go with the Spellcaster's Tarot. What else do we have? Hello, Erin. What's up? It is. It's like, I'm surprised actually. It got just like a bunch quieter within the last like 2 minutes, but it was storming something fierce. All right, what else do we have? Two of Swords and the World in the reverse. It's like they might have a few things left that they need to do first. Maybe they're trying to sort through some issues regarding work or friends or living situation. But this is someone who always felt like they would find a reason to come back around because they feel like there's unfinished business between the two of you. They feel like there's something that still connects the two of you. Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the King of Wands in the reverse. So something has changed and caused them to pivot. I feel like there's been arguments and maybe even a different breakup or getting kicked out of a living situation. And I do feel like with the King of Wands in the reverse, this is because we have somebody who has lost their temper or is overly argumentative. But that King of Wands in the reverse can also indicate that we have someone who's been a little bit of a garden tool. So they might have been kicked out because they've been unfaithful. Hello, See the Gray. What's up? Hello, Tiana. Hello, Colleen. How are you doing? Hello, Laverne. What's up? What else do we have? Magician in the reverse. Hierophant in the reverse, and the Nine of Swords. All right, so that solves it right there. This is somebody who has gone through a breakup recently. It might have been something serious where they were actually living together. For some of you, it could even be, they're getting divorced. But this is a person who is going through a lot of struggle right now. And I do feel like a lot of it is because of how they've treated somebody else. Their karma is looking pretty dicey. So they want to run back to you. They want to feel better about themselves after a pretty difficult experience. Hello, Air. This is a general tarot reading. It may or may not resonate for you, but we've got somebody who is, I think, recently single because of a failure in their ability to be there for their partner, but they're hoping to reconnect with somebody that they feel they have unfinished business with. Hello, Laverne. Yes, they are 1777 before like tax or shipping. Hello, Kareem. How is that information helpful to you? Just curious. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? See, Kareem, you get your stuff deleted when you're asking about that because it's really not relevant. Hello, Rob. How are you? Hey, Nine, are you lost? Did you mean to go to some other online website that would have pictures of feet? Is that what you're looking for? Do better. Hello, how's it going? Is it Davidos? No, I would say no. So no need. No need to invite anybody that you just happen to meet on YouTube. So we've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This person is really insufferable is the energy I'm picking up on. This is someone who really just thinks about themselves. I don't feel like you look at this situation as something that is unfinished business. I feel like you know that you deserve somebody who is reliable and caring, genuine. They see you as this King of Pentacles. That does not mean that you have to be a man, but they see you as the King of Pentacles because you have a more stable situation and the ability to, I guess, make them feel safe when they've been dealing with a bunch of craziness. Hello, Flower. How was your birthday? I hope it went well. Thank you for the tip. Let me add that for you. Oh, no. That's not okay. I wonder if there's a legal recourse for you. Is it true? And yeah, I guess you are thinking about the legal recourse. Let's take a look at that for you, Flower. I'm adding that for you. And we're at 8 minutes. So it'll be like 25 minutes maybe. All right. What did you miss, Aaron? A couple of trolls, no big deal. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad you at least enjoyed your birthday. What else do we have? The Lovers in the reverse and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who likes to operate in the everything is a catastrophe, everything is crazy, and also everything is somebody else's fault. So I feel like you look at this like, why would I want to step in that? I got white shoes. I'm not stepping in that puddle. This person is problematic and toxic, but they feel like you help them sort through the chaos in their life. I don't think that's your job. I don't think you have to be responsible for that. Hello, Cherry. How are you doing? Oh, good. Yes, I hope you have many good things in store. Max making good use of the emoji, the number emoji. Hello, Cherub. How are you doing? This is a general tarot reading. Currently seems to be about an ex who is coming back around because they are, well, newly single and I think just a little bit desperate. Ooh, I certainly hope that's wrong, but I can't disagree. Guess who? Hello, Sean. What's up? So we've got Temperance in the reverse, Eight of Cups in the reverse again, and the Page of Pentacles. So just be cautious. This person is certainly hoping to get some sort of second chapter or second chance with you. And I do think they're going to try to blame other people or circumstances in order to get you to feel a little bit sorry for them so that you give them, or you're more likely to give them a chance. I don't know that I would encourage that. This feels to me like a warning. Like you don't need this person in your life and they're not going to be exactly honest or forthcoming about what really happened. See the gray, are you asking like which card? We had the King of Wands in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse come out for the X. So definitely heavy on the fire energy. And they see you as the King of Pentacles. So neither has to be a man, by the way. Just because we have kings doesn't mean that that has to be a man. But I do feel like the X has anger issues. And I do feel like they look at you as one of the more like stable, reliable people that they have dealt with. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Swords. So there is something else going on for you. This could just be talking about your professional pursuits, or it could be talking about connections, right? Friends or relationships that are romantic. But there is a risk that if you let this person back into your life, that you miss out on something that you would prefer to have. So the Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse because I feel like the idea here is to acknowledge that while you don't have to be a jerk about it, I would not let this person back into your life. It's just not worth it. What else do we have? Hello, Heidi. How are you doing? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. It means a lot to me. Nine of Wands in the reverse and the Chariot. I think this person's going to lie to you about what was like the straw that broke the camel's back. What was the actual reason? For some of you, this could be a friend. It doesn't have to be a romantic ex. Take it how it resonates. But this person coming back around, it's not a good thing. They may have been very close to you and then chosen this new person. But whatever happened, could be two different people who are both toxic. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you what they did to get the situation as awful as it was. If they cheated, they're going to make it sound like the other person was just insecure. If they stole, they're going to make it sound like somebody overreacted. They don't want to take accountability for why they're in this particular situation. They just want you to like make them feel better. Hello, Jamaica. How are you doing? Hey, Vanilla Sky, if you would like me to pull some cards for you, I do that after the general reading. For those that do a super chat, so feel free to add that to a super chat, or you can donate a membership to somebody else in the live chat. That's a good sign, right, Erin? Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse, and the King of Cups. This is someone who is not a loyal friend and not a loyal partner. The King of Wands in the reverse is somebody who can be possessive and I'm hearing dismissive of other people's feelings, and yet they are not reliable. So they have high standards for how you connect to them or what you say or do concerning your friendship or relationship, but they don't apply those same standards to their own behavior. I don't understand people like that. Like, rules for thee, but not for me. This person wants you to make them forget about this breakup or this problem that has prompted them to walk away. They're like, oh, just make me feel good about myself, please. That's not your job. Thank you for the tip, Roberto. I don't do like sports stuff. So I would ask you to please do a different question, or I could also just pull random stuff for you. But as soon as we get into the leg, you might place a bet on this kind of thing. That's not my thing. Sorry. Hello, Ruben. How are you doing? So, Roberto, I'm going to write down your name. If I don't hear a specific question for you that is not betting related, I will just pull some random cards for you. Otherwise, if there's something else that's specific, you let me know. Two of Wands and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. This could also be a little bit more complicated than an ex coming back around. I feel like you might even know the person that they were dealing with, or they may have been involved in a relationship and cheated on that person with somebody that you know. But with this Three of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like there is some pretty complex social dynamics here with a lot of people who have had their feelings hurt. And if you were to keep your distance, I feel it would be something you are happy for. I feel like this is going to turn into a problem amongst multiple people, or the argument, or like the blow up, the crash out. It involves more than just this King of Wands in the reverse and their ex. So tensions are high. Aren't they great? I agree, Erin. This is the Pulp Tarot. We've got the Ten of Cups, Temperance in the reverse. That's their energy. Wherever they go, they cause drama. Wherever they go, they cause problems. So don't invite them in. I don't think that they have learned from their previous experiences, and I also don't think that they're going to make your life easier. I think it's going to be much more complicated if you let this person back in. What else? The Sun. What's coming out? Okay, so you're going to find out what this person actually did. I just don't think you find out from the King of Wands in the reverse. I feel like they have cheated or they have betrayed a close friend, possibly both. But they don't want to tell you that. And so if you take them in or if you take them back, it could end up being a little bit of like guilty by association kind of thing. Or you may end up having some drama between you and a friend of yours who feels like you're taking sides. So just being like, that's not my thing. I don't think I need to be involved in that. It seems like the right move, right? We have attachment. There is a negative or dark attachment to this King of Wands in the reverse. Not entirely surprising considering we did also see the Magician in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse. Magician in the reverse can talk about manipulation, and Temperance is a card that can refer to Earth Angel. Being in the reverse, I think we got somebody who has some kind of devilish tendencies, or at the very least, very selfish tendencies. Hello, August. How are you doing? Contract. I think that's the living situation. Hey, I can't afford to get my own place, or I got kicked out, or, I'm going through a divorce and I need some assistance, or I need somebody who's willing to, let me crash on their couch. It's all not fair. I can't believe this has happened. And yet they don't want to tell you that it's all their fault. It's all because they were selfish, or all because they were starting this fight, or because they, cheated. They want to make it seem like they were just being like the bigger person and decided to walk away from something that was toxic. But I feel like they're telling you just little bits of the story in order to frame it in a way that makes you more likely to still consider hanging out with them. And the message here is very clearly saying you do not need this person in your life. I would walk away, or I don't know, maybe just wish them well and then block them. But it's definitely some toxic energy around this person, and it doesn't seem like they're interested in fixing any of that. Hello, Sculpting. How are you doing? Hey, Michael. I'm sure he loves you too. Just remember that our live chat is not for recruitment or judgment of religious beliefs, okay? This is the Angel Tarot. The Hanged Man. Nelchael. Desire for knowledge protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. I mean, when we got the attachment card too, and this one comes out, I gotta say I think there's a pretty dark attachment to this person. But more importantly, you know that this person is a liar. They've already done that in the past, and it doesn't look like they've been working on that. So there's no trust, then what can you really build with this person? Four of Swords, the God of Trinity. Mission protects against slander and impious people. So your intuition is seeking to protect you from this person's influence in your life, especially if it would change how other people in the social community view you if you were seemingly aligned with them after this issue, right? I'm glad to hear that, Sculpted. I'm doing well. That is a crazy show. What else do we have? We have the Four of Cups, which is Melahel. Healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety, and travel. So you are protected from this person, but it is important for you to keep them at a distance, maybe even to block them. Page of Swords, Hahaya. Refuge governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. I think you're going to get the full story, but this person isn't going to be the one who tells you what happened. It's like they are hoping to trick you into letting them stay on your couch or move back in before you hear the full story, because if you heard the whole story, you would say no right away, because you wouldn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. You'd be like, sounds like you need to take care of this on your own. Because I feel like they've already been basically booted from your social group. The Star, Rosaria. Clemency and equilibrium protects against attacks to the courts. Okay, so we might even have a restraining order. Again, if you cannot ask this person what really happened and be told the truth, if you cannot trust them, then I don't see why you would want to allow them back into your life. And I feel like you get that negative energy, or you pick up on that negative energy pretty quickly when they try to come back around. Well, Sculpted, I would definitely say the most important thing is brushes versus those little like foam pads for eyeshadow. Hello, Lemonade. How are you doing? This is the Tattoo Tarot, by the way. talking to, beautiful? I don't think to me. We have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, to avoid drama and unnecessary like BS in your life, just keep this person at a distance or accept that it's not the right time. You know, maybe this person will figure their stuff out. That's fine. But they can't come running to you, lie to you about what happened, and expect you to be like their best friend or savior, right? Hello, James. How you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Oops. When she said why, I said I gotta go because I left my one al segundo. Is that a question? Or are you coding something? Hello, Dracula. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good one. James, I'm gonna write when she said why, and hopefully I can add to that so that I get you the answers that you're looking for. But a little bit of clarity would help. It's a song. See, I thought it was a quote or something. Do you want me to pull any cards for you, James? You let me know. You know I'm happy to. I'll save the Golden Girls for you. Oh, I hope it goes well, Lemonade. Hello, Trilobi. What's up? Why, thank you, James. Hello, Christina. How are you doing? Hello, Missy. How's your weekend? So we have the Hierophant and the Devil in the reverse with the Lovers. So if I make it sound like I'm super innocent and everything is awful or, you know, like unfair, and I know that you are a person of principle, or I know that you would at least have some concern for my well being, maybe, just maybe, I would be able to convince you to take care of me, even though I am the problem. Hello, can you help me out and maybe like stop me from ruining my life again? Or, you know, causing chaos in the social group? No, that's not your job. You're not their babysitter. I'm glad to hear that, Christina. Hello, Adnan. How are you doing? We have the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords. I think especially... Okay, so you could just completely ignore this person or block them. I would not be judging you for that. I think that's probably a good move. But for some of you, it might be more of like, I need to get some more information before I make a decision. If you're going to get some more information, get it from somebody else. Because this King of Wands in the reverse is totally comfortable lying to you about it. Wait, what did Tiana say? I'm confused. Does she not normally say hello to you? Hello, CTF. How are you doing? We have the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This is someone who's going to make a promise, but they have every intention of breaking that promise. So if you let me crash on your couch, I'll be gone by the end of the week. If you loan me $500, I'll pay you back in 3 weeks. The hell you will. I don't believe that. They're lying to you. See how that chalice in front of his face is just like white space? This is someone who's literally thinking to themselves, if I tell the right story and hold back to certain details that make me look like a bad person, I can bank on the King of Pentacles, which is you, doesn't mean you have to be a man. I can bank on them wanting to do right by me or like give me a little bit of a helping hand, but I'm not going to do what I tell them I'm going to do, or I'm not going to be a good friend. Ace of Cups, Page of Wands in the reverse, and Strength. Tough love. You might still care for this person as a friend, or you might still like literally be in love with this person. But that does not mean that you have to be a doormat. That does not mean that you have to ignore your intuition when it's warning you that you're dealing with somebody who is dishonest. Yes, thank you for liking. I appreciate it. Another Eight of Cups in the reverse. So when they come back around, it's up to you. But this King of Wands in the reverse, they're going to come back and lie and try to make it so that your intuition is a little bit stumped, a little bit confused. How should I handle this? Should I help this person? Nope. It's a no for me, dog. We're going to go for a few from the Dead Inside deck, and then we're going to start with those personal questions. Alrighty. What else? Even your spirit guide quit. I haven't seen this one yet, you guys. That's hilarious. Look at the spirit guide. It's like, bruh, what are you doing over there? That's great. Disillusionment and abandonment. They are the villain. They're the problem. Let them work this out on their own. I don't even think they want to work things out. They're just like marinating in the drama. 404, motivation not found. Can't even. This person is overwhelming. They would drain your energy. Shut down and apathy. This is someone who does not care about other people. They just think about themselves. Social battery, 0%. Drained, antisocial, and shut down. This is how they would make you feel. You don't deserve that. You deserve somebody who likes to make you feel better or enables a healthier friendship or connection. Thank you, Flower. Tell me about Lucas. Queen in demand for months. I meet next and go around. This one feels different. Is this one different? Don't know why. Well, I would guess that's your intuition, but we shall take a look at that. All right, last one. Avoiding eye contact like a pro. I don't think I've seen this one either. Don't look at me. Social anxiety, shame, and discomfort. You will know this person is lying to you because eye contact is a struggle. Why? Because you're perceptive and they're worried that if they make eye contact with you, you'll be able to see right through the BS or whatever they're creating that is a falsehood. So I believe in you. You can deny them. You got this. All right, let's dive into personal questions. For Flower, we're going to use the Santa Muerte. Hello, Joy. How are you doing? Hello, Oais. How are you doing? I hope I said your name right. Hello, Rick. What's up? Hello, Third Eye. How you doing today? So, what's going on with Flower's son? Was he left alone in the house during grocery shopping? Yes. Yes, he was. More than once. So we have the Santa Muerte, which is the death card, and the Queen of Pentacles. I do feel like there is shirking of responsibility here. But I also feel like there could be, I feel like there's an outside influence, a negative influence besides your son's father. So I don't know if they're like meeting up with somebody else or, you know, running a different kind of errand. Is there something other than groceries? Yeah. There's something else that he's doing. It's not just grocery shopping, or it might not be grocery shopping at all. He's doing something that he doesn't want anybody to know he's doing. So he's got a secret. He's spending money on something that your son shouldn't be there for. I do feel like the truth is going to come out. King of Cups in the reverse. I do feel like there is some depression here for his father. There could be a romance. Or, you know, pants coming off. So from what I'm seeing, this is either I'm meeting up with a person and we're getting naked, or maybe like buying something that's illegal. You know what I mean? I don't know what's illegal and not illegal over there, but like, you know, codependent energy. And we have the Five of Cups. I do feel like the father is feeling guilty and anxious. Like, this is probably going to cause me a problem. I don't think there is a stable home being provided. I think this is not good for your son. So, should Flower contact the authorities? Yes, absolutely. And the King of Swords is often the card that would be associated with a detective or a lawyer. I do think that's necessary at this point. I think whatever you can do to get some sort of evidence aside from your son recounting what's going on would be helpful. So I don't know if you can get any kind of like teddy bear camera or something like that. Like, can you get him a stuffed animal that is recording what's going on? Is that legal? Look into those things. But I think it's important to have evidence like that. Ooh, let me add that for you. Thank you, James. It's helping my godmom make a decision. My godmom. Sorry, writing that down. Thank you, James. Yeah, that should not be happening to your son. He deserves to have somebody who's taking his safety seriously. Thank you, Adnan. What is the current energy between me and my ex? I've added that for you. Thank you. Yes, I think that's correct. That's what I would do. Valid. Yeah, James, you're only one person, but we'll take a look. I have a feeling there's a way to balance it. Okay, so will this lead to blocking dad? I do feel like there's going to be a very restrictive agreement that is like satisfaction of certain requirements must be met before he's able to have like unsupervised visits. Four of Wands in the reverse. I don't feel like the conditions are appropriate for a 4-year-old boy. And what about Lucas? Is Lucas different? He is different. 10 of Wands. 3 of Wands in the reverse. Hierophant in the reverse. Hierophant in the reverse is literally like somebody who's unconventional. So I feel like this is somebody who moves to the beat of their own drum. Yes, a lot of people will follow the life script or what everybody expects. I feel like Lucas is a little bit more original or comes up with, you know, his own path. This could be somebody who moves around a lot or is very appreciative of meeting with people that are very different or understanding different cultures. And this instability initially may have caused some problems in terms of identifying who am I. But I feel like Lucas is a beautiful smorgasbord of a lot of different energies. It's like I've learned from different religions or cultures or people, and that's how I figured out who I am. Strength and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So I have gained strength because I have gone through loss. This person knows themselves. You're like, oh, okay, Carmen, that's great. No, that is like a big deal to know who you really are and know what you want. This person, I would say, is a good influence or a good connection. I do feel like at this time, Lucas is maybe not able to give a lot of time or effort to a relationship. So the slow burn or, you know, a slow pace is best. But with the Hanged Man, we have somebody who has seen certain approaches don't work. So there's been like upgrading or editing, right? I used to do things this way, but then I realized I need to do it a different way. So I support this. Get to know this person because I feel like this is somebody who gets it. But the relationship idea or like getting too close right now, probably not realistic. This would be a long play. So, anything else about Lucas? Lucas is a one-woman man or doesn't entertain multiple people at the same time. This is like, sure, maybe 5 people are interested in me at the same time, but like, that sounds exhausting. I don't have time for that. I don't even know if Lucas has time for one person at this point. So are there people interested in Lucas? Yes, but he seems to have self-control or this is what I'm focused on. I don't want to deal with like confusion of multiple people, right? Wow. Yeah, I would say that's pretty mature. Reliable. I like that. And good luck, Flower, with regards to your son's safety. That's important. Did I miss saying hello to anybody? Hello, B. How are you doing? Hello, Mon. How are you? So, Roberto, I don't know if you're still out there. I'm just going to pull a couple cards for you since you did tip. 9 of Cups in the reverse. 8 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords in the reverse. 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. There is trouble with regards to career or perhaps financial situation. I do feel like somebody is being greedy or is not approaching things in a fair way. So it could be getting a little bit dicey or a little bit extra stressful, but particularly as it pertains to finances. So there's a recommendation here. It might be a good idea to look for a new job or to anticipate issues, like maybe not paying a paycheck on time, because we have someone who doesn't want to be honest about what's going on with their finances or isn't able to meet the like they can't pay their bills. But I feel like this is work related. Queen of Wands, Justice in the reverse. I don't feel like this person is going to be reliable, like long term. So being frugal and also looking for something different seems to be a good thing. Hello, Tony. How are you doing? Hello, Danny. How to get evidence. Let me add that for you, Flower. Thank you for the tip. All right, I have added that for you. Let's see what we've got for James. Golden Girls, of course. Is helping my godmom move the right decision. Limited, yes. I do feel like there's a way to assist, but I do feel like it's important to stress what availability you have or what you can offer, because there may be some potential for miscommunication or expectations that are unfair of you. So you got to make sure you convey what you can actually handle to your godmom. Hello, Stephanie. Thank you for the tip. What's next for me in career? I've added that for you. Thank you. I would imagine that guess who is correct on that. So what else does James need to know about this, please? Well, just a little reminder of your awesomeness. You're coming through as the King of Wands, Six of Wands. It is, of course, important for you to stay focused on your personal or professional pursuits, but there is a way for you to be able to set aside some time to assist. Communication, as I mentioned, super important, but also I feel like it gets you some good karma. With the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, it may also be a good thing to remind you maybe you're spending too much time with certain people or doing certain things that aren't necessarily important. I feel like you feel good about yourself when you're able to help your godmom. So we have the Tower. Interesting, because the Shady Pines is where they lived, right? So you're able to assist, but I think it's important to line things up so that you can do, like, I don't know, 3, 4 hours at one time, as opposed to I'm going to help you every day for like 5 days. So set aside a chunk of time, say, let's line things up so that I can help you with, moving the big stuff or whatever, helping you test your internet, whatever it might be. But you got to clarify, I'm not going to be available, like 7 days in a row. That's not a thing, right? Oh, I've got you added, Flower. Don't you worry. Oh, nope. You should be worried because I missed that second one. Thank you. Should I confront Dad? All right, I have added that. Thank you. Did I say hello to Third Eye? I think I did. But James, you got this, and bless you for being so generous. I'm sure she will be very thankful that you are able to assist. And I think you're going to be able to find a way to balance that out, right? Thank you, Tony. Let me add that for you. Have I healed enough to be in my highest timeline? I've added that for you. Thank you, Tony. Let's see what we have for Adnan. This is the Jack-O-Lantern Tarot. No, you're good, Flower. No need to apologize. And James, I love that. That's so kind of you. Any of you out there in the live chat that are able to send some positive energy to Flower and James as they seek to make things a little bit more balanced, I appreciate that. What is the current energy between Adnan and the ex, please? Eight of Cups, Four of Swords, Ace of Cups, and Six of Wands. Oops, sorry, I said Eight of Cups at the beginning, but it's actually Nine of Cups. I feel like we have somebody who has been working on the issues that made them unavailable. So if there was difficulty in being vulnerable or actually letting somebody get to know who you are, or your ex was not letting you in, we have healing that has happened from that and is helping someone to be able to approach the connection differently. So this is heavy on the healing energy. This Ace of Cups, yes, I feel like there is love between the two of you, but I also feel like this is love for like myself, right? I feel like I can approach a relationship in a more healthy way because I have let go of issues from my past. So this is looking very positive. I do feel like there is communication in the near future about whether or not it makes sense to try this again and whether or not you could potentially move in or be together. But the important thing is we have someone who is dedicated to being genuine and someone who has actually gone through some healing. I think it's both of you, actually. I think both of you have worked on yourselves. Give yourself a high five. So I see a reconciliation and a conversation about potentially being exclusive. So good on you for doing the work, and it looks like your ex has as well. Let's see what we've got for Flower. How should Flower get evidence on her son's father? Is this about a neighbor? No. Is this about a family member? I feel like your ex or the father is kind of isolated. So there aren't a lot of options as far as getting evidence. He keeps his cards close to his chest. So does this mean we have to use something like a secret camera? Yes. And I do feel like it's in a toy. So if you're able to find a child's toy, probably coded mail, right? Something for your son that also has a camera in it, I guess that's what you need. But it might not be enough. I feel like that's what you bring to a lawyer or to a cop. Give them a heads up and say, hey, you know, like I'm trying to do right by my child here. And this is what I know to be true. How can I change the custody agreement, or how can I make sure that my son's no longer put into this situation? You may also want to consider an air tag. Figure out if he's actually going to the grocery store or if he's going anywhere else, rather. Because I do feel like you're going to find that there is a different location that is being visited than what he advises. And should Flower confront the father? No. That will do no good. In fact, it will probably make things more difficult. You got to get evidence before any kind of conversation happens with this. If you tell him he needs to change his behavior, he won't. And if you tell him that you know that he's doing something he shouldn't, it makes things more difficult for you. Hello, Aleem. How are you doing? Hello, Joshua. How's your day? All right. Flower, I'm wishing you protection for you and your son. We've got Stephanie up next. What does Stephanie need to know about what's coming up in terms of career? What is next in career for Stephanie, please? What is next for Stephanie in terms of career? Moon in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Wands, Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the High Priestess. Documentation is really important for you, Stephanie. That could mean like forwarding emails to a personal email, or literally like keeping a log on your computer or your phone regarding conversations. Is there a need to like record something here? No. This is like written documentation that's important, but I feel like somebody is going to contradict what was said or what was communicated via email. So you need to have backup, or you need to be able to point to, well, this is what the client actually said, or this is what my boss actually communicated, or the deadline was communicated as this. I feel like it's really important to CYA. It could even be about, you know, if you get a job offer, how much are they offering? They might try to say, oh, cool, yeah, no, we offered that, but you're actually going to end up getting like 5,000 less than that, right? Sleep well, Flower. So we've got Eight of Cups in the reverse, the World in the reverse, and the Lovers. Yeah, there's a choice that's being made, or a decision being made about you, and I feel like somebody is misrepresenting the facts, and you're able to prove what actually happened or what actually was communicated, or you need to double check, like, you know, the entire offer or the entire contract. But somebody here is misrepresenting what they said or emailed to you, and if you have the proof, it comes in quite handy for you. So be cautious. Sometimes you can't trust people that you're dealing with. But I feel like you'll be able to navigate that expertly. Let's see what we've got for Tony. Has Tony healed enough to be in his highest timeline? Yes. Your work is not done, but yes, you are in an excellent timeline. You have shifted. You have made a sacrifice recently. That sacrifice is something a lot of people would not be capable of doing, but you see what's actually important, or what pursuits are meant for you. I do see there being, as a result of you sacrificing something, there's another thing that comes through. So it's like, okay, what's a good example? It's like you have this show of generosity or concern for others. Like you give your jacket to somebody who's cold, or you give, you know, 20 bucks to somebody who forgot their wallet at home. And as a result of that sacrifice, I see there being something better being gifted to you. Like, hey, you know, you borrowed me $20 yesterday because I didn't have my wallet. Here's, you know, 40. Thank you. Like, you helped me out of a difficult situation. Or you lose your favorite jacket, and then, you know, a week later, somehow you end up getting gifted something that's even better. So your generosity is rewarded. Your sacrifice is appreciated. Four of Pentacles in the reverse, Lovers in the reverse. It's important for you to make a choice in the moment that it is offered to you. I don't feel like this is related to the question that you just asked, or it is like tangentially related. But there is somebody here who offers something, and you might be like, oh gosh, no, I can't do that. You might want to. It's like, okay, so I'm Minnesotan originally, right? Like that's where I'm from. I was always taught to like say, no, I don't need a beverage. If someone offered water or whatever, I would say no like twice before I actually accept it, right? I don't do that anymore. If I'm thirsty and you offer me Dr. Pepper, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I would like that. Thank you. I feel like there's something here that's being offered to you, and you just need to like say yes. You don't need to be like demure or patient. You've earned something, so take it. Ah, Gabriel's back. Thank you. I appreciate the apology. And all is forgiven. We can be friends, right? So I see there being a show of gratitude or some good karma being paid off to you, Tony. So be excited. Maybe it's like, free cookies or ice cream. Nah, it's going to be cooler than that. But we have Three of Swords in the reverse. This particular next, couple of weeks is about repairing and recovering from a loss or a sacrifice. So there's an important element here, like tied to positive thinking. And I feel like you have a good grasp on that. Obviously, breaking into cars. Come on, James. Yep. Grand Theft Auto. It's a really fun game, so I decided to just like start doing it in person, like real life. Just call me Trevor. I wonder if I can get that cool jacket that he has. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.